are the patent bred ones, and they were released a year ago during the holiday 2021 season. I've had the sneaker since release, but I never got around to making this video. But now that I'm revisiting it again, I gotta say, I love this sneaker so much. It's my personal favorite blocking on the Jordan 1. I think it's beautiful. I love the black nylon tongue, black laces, the white midsole, the red outsole, and I just love the nice little touch of the word family stitched inside the sneaker. The history of this shoe is also one of my favorite stories from Michael Jordan. This is the shoe that got banned from NBA games, which gives it a very rebellious, avant-garde sort of vibe to it, which is so cool. And after owning it and wearing it for over a year, the question of the patent leather is answered for me. And I want to talk about that in this video. Did Jordan ruin a good thing? You know, is it sacrilegious to have touched the OG banned ones? The answer is no. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of the patent leather, you get this brilliant saturated red that just pops. And it's more vibrant than on the OG pair. As we know, that's a much more muted red on the banned ones. And the gloss for a fully patented shoe really adds, I think, an additional element of fanciness and formalness to this sneaker, especially in the right lighting. When you're in some really exquisite light, these sneakers just shine. And it really does feel like you're not just putting on a pair of sneakers, you're putting on a beautiful piece of jewelry. And it's a nice thing to have a sneaker that can give you a very different kind of vibe from most of your other sneakers. But what about how patent leather ages? I think that's the main concern that everyone had when they first learned about this shoe. I think we've been told that patent leather means relatively less quality, less durability. They form and age very, very poorly relatively. And when I think about that, I'm wondering, I'm not an expert in this, but I'm wondering if how they create patent leather today is different than how patent leather was created in the olden days. And maybe that's really colored our perception about how to think about patent leather. Just a thought. But I've worn these sneakers a lot over the year and they still look amazing. And you know, I don't beat up my sneakers, but there's creasing, there's marks. I've put in some work, and I have to say the feel of these sneakers is definitely not cheap. There is a quality to this shoe. I think Jordan Brand really did want to create a really great shoe. They weren't trying to hold anything back in terms of materials and qualities, and I think it shows. The question comes up, why did they choose to use patent leather rather than a premium quality regular leather? Some of us might be thinking, oh, it's because they don't want us to have it. I don't think that's true. I think they really wanted to do something special here. And I think this is a great shoe by itself. And here's the thing, what we really didn't know back then when these released, that we clearly know now, is that Jordan Brand isn't just interested anymore in retroing one for one the most iconic Jordan 1s from yesteryear. No matter how much we're asking for it, no matter how much we're clamoring for it, I think Jordan Brand knows their product and knows their history and story in a way where they really want to move in this unique direction. Yes, they still want to go back into the vault, and yes, retroing really important iconic sneakers is still one of their most important tactics, but now they want to usher in this reimagining of these shoes. This intentional design language, this series, if you will, of making familiar but new Jordan 1s is not only for a new generation of sneaker lovers that are disconnected from the past, but I think it's also for those who have a deep connection to those sneakers in the past. And I think it is actually more broadly exciting than if it were just a one-for-one OG retro. And this is turning into a brilliant move for Jordan Brand. Maybe what they had in mind was experimentation, but I think that they were onto something else. I think they were hitting on something that we didn't necessarily know that we wanted. But now that it's here and they've seen our reaction, I think the answer is we are really interested and excited about this whole Reimagined series. Last month, we got the Chicago 1 Lost and Founds. What I noticed about the discussion around that shoe, which was similar to the discussion around the patent Breds, was the questioning of why are they messing with the shoe? This isn't a reimagining. This is like an offense to what we see in our minds and hearts as like an untouchable, relic from the past. Why is Nike or Jordan Brand doing that? But as we've seen on social media, this Reimagined series isn't going anywhere. There isn't a one-off on this series. It's a whole new, line that Jordan Brand is going to explore. This month, we've seen leaked images of what's ahead. We're supposedly getting the Chicago Black Toe Reimagined 1s here at the end of the year, and possibly the Black and Royal Blues next year. And I'm here to say that this is a perfect and beautiful and exciting and interesting move, because we now get to have a purely new angle on these sneakers. We can talk about them in a brand new way. We get to have a new perspective on these legendary sneakers. The unique Reimagined components root us in today's context. And so what I love about the Reimagined treatment is the new storytelling element that transforms these sneakers from trophies or grails into our sneakers again. So those were my thoughts on the patent Bred 1s, but also I'm super excited about future Reimagined shoes that are coming very soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.